Listen.
Your whole life is based on good things. You rarely ever remember the bad things. And reminiscing about the good things.
73-year-old Alfie was the last man to fire this 9.2-inch gun on top of the Rock of Gibraltar almost half a century ago. He's going to teach us how it's done.
In the start of the whole process was the number one ordering shell. The number 7 downstairs would send the shell up and the charge bags. Once they were here, they would be loaded onto the rammer, and using the lever, the number 1 would bring the rammer down onto in line with the breech. Obviously, by this time, the number 2 had opened. I'll give you an example. The breech would be in that position. So the rammer came onto here in line with the breech. On using the other handle, the rammer would ram in the round, and then on coming out in a whiplash action, it would deposit the charge bag inside the chamber. Once that was done, work the lever again, rammer went back into position, number 2 would close the breech, i.e. like that. The number 2 will then open up the breech mechanism and insert the cartridge and close it and stand back here. Because when the gun was elevated, this platform will disappear under there. So the number 2 had to be really conscious of not standing there or falling inside. Once he was loaded, the line layer, he would have been watching the target via his telescope. Using the wheel, he would have been following the target all the time. And so would have the elevation layer. So basically, once the gun was loaded, I would say on from the elevation layer, and the number 1 order fire. Once fire was ordered, bang, away went the gun. That is a small dynamo. On pressing the lever, it produces an electrical charge which would travel via cable to the rear of the barrel and onto the firing mechanism, and it will detonate the gun. This whole thing would travel back on recoil. Imagine this huge barrel traveling back on recoil. Incredible. It was a sight to see. Once the gun was fired, he opened the breech. Invariably, there will be burning embers inside the breech there. Those burning embers had to be extinguished before another charge bag went in there. So hitting this lever here, the water would come out of that one there, and the nozzle up there, and straight onto the breech. It not only extinguished the embers, but it also soaked the number 2. So every time we fired, he used to get soaked. By the end of the day, it was totally and absolutely soaking wet. Very, very efficient. These guns were extremely efficient, extremely accurate. We would hit a 1-meter board at 12K. Incredible, incredibly accurate. Far, far ahead of its time, this weapon.
The half is a diamond. You take him back to something like O'Hara's battery, and it takes him back in time. He comes to life. He wants to tell you every little bit of it, and he knows every little bit of it. And as being the last line layer, you can feel the pride of what it was like for him on those guns. It's great. The remaining gunners that we have, it's extremely important that we record what they've done. One day we're not going to be here, and if we don't maintain and we don't record that information, it's going to be lost forever.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.